Pao suddenly looks down and screams as he sees her awake, because there's absolutely nothing more terrifying in this world than a woman. And Pao, seeing absolutely no problem with the horrific crime that's about to take place, takes Javi into a back room so Iván can be alone with her and contemplate his life choices. With Pao clearly liking to engage in this kind of sick behaviour, he also seems to like to witness it too, as after being told to leave the room, he peeks through the slightly open door to watch Iván engage in a behaviour that can only be described as not very nice. He climbs on top of her and begins, and after a while, Anna suddenly wakes up and opens her eyes, but seems to be completely paralysed as the unaware Pao continues to use her, without being able to move or cry for help, only able to stare ahead with an absolutely terrified expression. Pao suddenly looks down and screams as he sees her awake, because there's absolutely nothing more terrifying in this world than a woman. The other two come to investigate why Pao suddenly sounds like a 12-year-old girl, and they see for themselves that she is in fact quite the opposite of dead, which now only makes Iván and Pao think about what they've done, not because they violated this poor woman, but because they violated this poor alive woman, meaning that there's going to be consequences. Javi immediately begins to comfort her, telling her that she's going to be okay while giving her a glass of water, when suddenly they hear someone coming. They cover her up and hide as an orderly enters the room, bringing in another corpse. Anna, barely able to move or make the slightest of noises, desperately tries to get the attention of the orderly, but every little bit of noise she's able to produce is done in vain, as the orderly is wearing headphones and not paying attention. And once the hospital worker leaves without noticing her, shutting the door behind him as he goes, all three head back out into the room to discuss what they can possibly do to get themselves out of this situation. Javi wants to take her to safety as fast as he can, while Pao and Iván realize that there's no easy way out of this for them. She's seen their faces, and they look weird. Scrambling for any ideas, Iván suggests that because everybody else already thinks she's dead, then they should just kill her, because apparently that's just as easy for him as violating a dead body. Javi, thinking that this has gone on far enough, grabs the mortuary table and begins wheeling her out of the room, when suddenly they realize they've been locked in and that Pao's keys were left outside when he took his incredibly professional work break. Not deterred, Javi begins calling out for help, causing Iván and him to break out in a fight, as in an apparently controversial take, Javi isn't too keen on the idea of killing someone.